Can anesongib win the whole entire Kingpyn tournament? Today, we're about to talk about that. But before we start, if you enjoyed today's video, drop a like, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe right now. I'm almost at 900 subs, and I believe that if you right there subscribe right now, I just about could get 900 subs, or maybe over that. Who knows? Just subscribe now, please, bro. I'm actually desperate. Alright, so the Kingpyn tournament, I'm not gonna lie, I have no clue when it is, so here's the date. But essentially, this is a tournament where many influencers or crossover boxers compete to try to win a tournament. I honestly think this is a really good idea for an event because the fighters are forced to fight someone who they're not like, they don't get to choose who they want to fight, and it's not like easy fights. It's actually like pretty decent people in the YouTube boxing scene. Now, right now, I'm gonna talk about the lineups, which personally, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually pretty hyped for it. The lineups are Kenny versus my mate Nate, Gabe versus Awesome McBroom 2, which personally, bro, I'm not gonna lie, is going to be insane. Jarvis versus Tom Zanetti, and Winterson versus an unknown boxer. Unknown boxer? Kinda sounds familiar. Now, we're not here to talk about the entire fights, like, that's more of a later video, alright? Expect that more later. But we're gonna talk about if Gib can defeat all these people. First, we're gonna talk about his current fight, and that's with Awesome McBroom, which, as I said before, how does that happen? I swear the world works in mysterious ways. We got Awesome McBroom versus Gib 2. The first fight, well, I guess, which is just not enough. Now, in the first fight, I had Gib winning that all the way. But I was not expecting that first knockdown, which I'm not gonna lie, bro, that actually scared me a lot. But he just came back with domination, bro. Austin could not take that smoke. He could not take that smoke. Now, can Gib do the same thing of what he did last fight to Awesome McBroom now? And personally, I think he's gonna destroy Austin more worse than before. Now, I'm not saying this fight is gonna be easy. Personally, I think it's gonna be harder. But the way how Awesome McBroom will lose will be way worse than how it was the first time. Yes, even worse than 5 knockdowns, if I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure it's 5. 5 knockdowns in the same fight. Like, he's gonna get abused again. Now, there's 2 people who I think he easily defeats, and they are Jarvis and Tom Zanetti. I think Jarvis will lose easily because he has almost no experience. He only has 1 fight with that TikToker, and that was like 2 years ago, I think. I don't even know. I'm not saying he's bad, but he just does not have the experience that Gib has. Likewise for Tom Zanetti, he doesn't have a lot of experience as well. But I will say this, that man has a chin made of steel. If you did not see his fight against Slim, he did not go down. He didn't even take any damage. I actually think he's a problem for many people in the influencer scene. And honestly, I think he makes it a little bit harder, but compared to everyone else in the entire card, I just don't see him dominating Gib at any point. So that leaves us with Kenny, my mate Nate, and Winterson. I'm not gonna even talk about the unknown boxer because we have no clue who it is. So, but if it was Pineda, let's say it's Pineda. Pineda would destroy Gib. Alright, but for real though, let's talk about the guy with the second most experience in this card, and that's King Kenny. Now, even though Kenny has 2 wins and 2 losses, he has the second most experience in the whole entire card, and that will really help him if he ever fights Gib. Not only that, out of everyone else other than Gib, he actually looks like a pro boxer. Now, I know some of you might be saying, well, he didn't punch in his last fight. Well, guess what? That happened to normal pro boxing. Now, I'm gonna say this right now. If he fought Ashley Rexu in a 12-round fight, he would have destroyed him. Plain and simple. Now, the only problem is that he only jabs, which is a big problem in this scene because there's no 12-round fights. Not only that, I feel like when Kenny fights someone with pressure, for example, Temper when he fought in Showstar, he couldn't take the pressure. Now, we all know how Gib fights. He fights with pressure. Constant. He doesn't stop. He doesn't give up. He just keeps pushing you no matter what, even if he gets punched. I personally don't think Kenny could take that, and that's why I think he would lose to Gib. Alright, so that leads us with the next person, which is my mate Nate with the 3rd most experience. And he's actually 3-0. Now, I have no clue who this guy is at all. I've never even heard of his name or seen his face. Now, what I'm about to say is pretty crazy if you never heard of this. And that's that he broke someone's nose with head guards and 16-ounce gloves. Alright, listen. I know the guy he fought didn't have experience. Or at least I think so. But him breaking someone's nose with 16-ounce gloves and both of them wearing head guards, it should say something, right? Now, I personally think this is a really good fight for Gib. You know, this guy's experience. He has done damage to people, so yeah, it just makes sense that he fights him next, right? The question is, do I think he defeats Gib? And personally, I don't think so. It just goes back to experience. Gib is the most experienced, ring IQ. He showed that he's got power as well with his fight against Austin, so yeah, I just don't see Nate winning that. Now, on to the last fighter, and that is Winterson. Now, I don't know if he has a lot of fights, but one thing I do know is that he survived a whole entire fight with the world champion. Although this might sound crazy, This is basically the same level as Deji versus Floyd Mayweather. An influencer with a little bit of experience versus a guy who's been doing it for years. Now, personally, I think this is a really good fight for Deji, but that's a whole different thing, alright? Does he defeat Gib? No! He does not defeat Gib! It goes back to what I said with experience, power, ring IQ, all that stuff. So it goes back to the ultimate question. Does Gib win the whole entire Kingpyn tournament? I mean, it's pretty obvious of what I'm gonna say. No. Yes. Yes. But will it be easy? Probably not. All Gib has to do is train consistently, not underestimate anyone, even underestimate Bomb, and I think he easily smokes everybody. But that's just my opinion. Guys, tell me below what you think about all this. Does Gib win? Does Gib lose? Will I ever have a girlfriend? That's the end of today's video. Guys, if you enjoyed today's video, drop a like if you haven't already, and subscribe. Listen, I drop W content almost every week, and if I don't upload in a week, blame school. That's really my only excuse. Nonetheless, I drop W content most of the time, so might as well subscribe and hit the bell, right? That's the end of today's video, and that's all I gotta say. So, yes.